chat. Good morning. Yes, the show today is going to, the show should have taken place outside because it's actually nice and warm out. I mean, nice and warm. It's actually nice and cool out there. I will wait for some of you to come back online and we will, I don't know. It's nice and warm here, but it's nice outside. So, oh, we've got some folks coming on. Not quite yet. Good morning, Catherine. Let's see. Yeah, no, we're just going to stay inside. I just realized my deck is a little messy, and I don't want to get my quilts dirty. Good morning, Catherine, Annette, Dawn, and Melanie. All right, here we're going to go. We've got quite a bit going on. So, I'm going to move this. So this weekend, let's talk about this weekend. This weekend, I had so many baby showers. Good morning, Deb. And I was popping in and out of lives real quick just to give you all some love, support, because I know you all love and support me so much. And during the school year, it's my first official day of no school. School ended on Friday. So I tried my very best to go in and out to support you all, even if it was a little minute here or there. Sometimes I had you lurking when I was driving from location to location. I hope I am to get everybody. Good morning, Muriel. And we have Linda just came in and Jessica from Sewing on the Bluff. So one of the things I did in between is, if you recall, this pillow that I made, and it was a little big, and I did not back it, and I did not quilt the front. So I took your all's advice, good advice, and I went ahead, pulled this off, cut it all. I didn't even unpick because it was bigger. It was really big and it was sloshy on here. I cut all around and I took everything apart and I quilted, yes, in between stitch in the ditch. I put batting and I put muslin, right, muslin, in the back as a back, so that when I wash it, there's not going to be any issues. And it was such a good idea, and I didn't ever think, it's not that I didn't ever think to do that. Honestly, when it comes to this kind of stuff, I'm probably a little lazy and I want to just shortcut it and be done with it, to tell you the honest truth. But I did. I took it out and I'm so happy I did that. Here's the back. I don't want to take it out of here because it fits in here perfectly. So I fixed that. And I did the same with this one. I took this one apart, and as you can see, oh, maybe not, because I did use white. I stitched on the ditch, and I did the same thing. I put a muslin backing as like a liner with some cotton batting scraps. So I finished this one, and I do like the result better, and it'll wash better. Now there's a third pillow, and I can't find it in my room, which is the one we did, that ginger quilter one. So that one I did actually back and line, because that's when someone told me to do that. And so that one's done, but I didn't finish everything. So that's kind of what I worked on. Plus, I had some quilt finishes that are not quilted, just quilt tops that I finished. And yes, I am working on Christmas in July. I'm not a big Christmas in July person, but I did make a quilt using a Phoebe Moon pattern and using my strings and crumbs. And that's the front. You've seen this before. This is a table runner, the soft squares table runner from the mystery quilt. This is what I did with some scraps. So we're going to put that aside. And some of these finishes you've seen. We have this one right here. This was from the Ginger Quilter box last month. And this was the front. And this is the back. Oh, this is the back. And this is the front. This is what the actual Ginger Quilter box table runner should have looked like. This was the original. These other two were ones that I just went ahead and made from the scraps. And then I have one other table runner, and it's on my table in the little tiny snack room. And that one was also made with the Soft Squares Mystery scraps. I showed that one. Let's see. I'm going to take it off the table. It's right here, and I'll bring it back. It's like a little one, and it's wonderful because it fits perfectly on a Kaffe table. So I run it down the Kaffe table, and then this way, this acts like a placemat on both sides, and it works great in that room. Good morning, Vintage Style by Joe. Good morning, Teresa Louise Quilt 2. I popped in for a second at Teresa's. I was trying my hardest to do that yesterday. All right, so this quilt here you all have probably seen. Good morning. My first shipment of fabric from Whatnot came in, and I cut them into charm pecks and jelly rolls last night. Oh, wow. I've not checked that place out. I'm not going to check that place out. I'm going to keep using my stash. So we've done this in the channel. This is the cherries. And then this is the back. And I told you I was going to try to do this, but my honey was not for it. So that's why we're doing this now. And I need to put all this stuff away. And I did lurk for a while, Teresa. I did. I tried. It's so hard because YouTube takes so much of my time during the week and our mornings that I do. I made a deal that on the weekends would be family and honey time. So but you all are part of my family now. So I'm going to pop in and give you the thumbs up and whatnot. Good idea, Leanna, but can anyone do that? Do what? I love the rooster crow. Yeah. Good morning, Yesenia. You're up super early. Wow. You stuck with us. Oh, yes. Yeah, Vanilla Ice is trying to let you know that he wants out. Like out in the whole yard. And honey, he's up. He's getting himself ready for work, and he will let him out. Oh, not buy fabric. Yeah. I'm trying because I am trying to save up for a machine, and I am trying to save up for medical stuff. So we've seen this before, but now here we go again. We'll see it again. I guess it goes this way, doesn't it? This was my quilt as you go. I did this a while back, and I just finally finished. And then my sashing was different 2.5-inch strips that I had left, and I just used it. So it became a reversible. The binding is also 2.5-inch strips. Everything is just wonky, and I love it. And everything was just using scraps. This is a total scrap buster. Are hard for me too, right, Jessica? It is. It's so hard. So maybe if you would like to do this, I could kind of come up with what I did. I did this in Puerto. Did I do this in Puerto Rico? No, you know when I did this? When did I do this? I think I did this during COVID, actually. The top, actually, yeah. So I do like the effect when you see it back. I think, see, all the whites are even different, right? They're not here. This is the block right there. Right here is the block. right here. So we've got that one. Let's see. I'm touching my face. I can't believe it. I try not to. Good morning, Myra. I love seeing all the patriarch quilts you make them. Love them. I know. Did I post pictures of all of them? I don't remember if I did. I might have on something. So this is the Soft Squares Mystery Quilt 2025. And this is the back. Now, Lynn did tell me she has more of these boxes, these mystery boxes available. I'm not sure if she has the download yet for just the pattern, but I do know she was talking about it. And I will be right now on how to make this quilt if you buy the box from her. But after she's out of the boxes and she does the pattern, it'll be perfect timing, because while I'm trying to heal up, I will be launching all those videos so that you can follow along with just the pattern. Okay, so I think we saw the silly cats, right? Oh no, this is the bigger version of the silly cats. The drunken cats. And this is the one where I did the double, like a double loop on this. Do you have a video on sashing and connecting? No, I don't. And so what I'm thinking is, because I'm going to be doing a lot of random quilting, you know, I'm thinking in Puerto Rico, I'm just going to be doing random quilting. I think that would be a good time to actually do that quilt together on a live or a tutorial, and then do it that way. I'm going to be a grandma for the first time. Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Do have been really busy organizing a baby shower and baby clothes. Oh girl, I was on so many baby showers. Yes, that was like baby shower to baby shower to baby shower. There's like a baby shower boom, baby boom, I feel. Good morning, Quilt Wench, and prepped for Eternity Homestead. So yeah, so we have that double loops. This was the back. You know, I never did show you the quilting. So this one is just, oh, here. So here's quilting on this. Is like just a meander with big flowers. A meander with big flowers. I know it doesn't really show you well, but that's what I did. Again, I have a Grace 19XL Elite. So this one was just quilt as you go, and then that Heart and Cherries one was just loops, plain loops. All right, so I can show you this now because Fabric Cafe already launched this pattern. So this is basic loops. So I'll show you here. It was just basic loops. And this is a single pattern purchase. So this was not in a 3-yard book, but it was their panel pattern, which is single. I don't remember what it was called, but you know, I kind of make one out of my stash and then make one using their fabric for the books. So this is what I had decided to use. So this panel was part of a panel swap. And this was the panel I received. And it was a Precious Moment panel. And so if you go to Fabric Cafe, I wish off the top of my head, I do not remember what this pattern is, but it's part of their panel, single panel patterns. And then in the back, we have this. Now, this panel had some issues. This panel had a couple of little, you know, it's a vintage panel. So it had a couple of little stains and it had a little maybe mothball situations going on. And so what I had to do is cut out those specific spots and then reattach. And you really can't even tell that much that I reattached part of the panel so that it could become usable. But it's super cute, and some little kiddo's gonna like it. And this here were 9, I was gifted a lot of fabric way back in the day by Rhonda T. And this is part of the collection she sent me. I mean, I don't know if you all remember the 8 giant moving boxes worth of fabric. And I, believe it or not, have used so much of it. My closet was overfilled. I had to empty out a closet in my house just to put all that fabric. And I'm pleasant to say it's probably more than half gone already to all the pass it forwards. Perfect for my baby Violet Rose. Oh, that's a beautiful name. Good morning, Anna. Good morning, Jennifer. I'm probably missing people. I apologize. Trying to get through the thing. But so what I did was I took 9 fat quarters of this and I just put them together, sewed them, and it was big enough for the back of this. See, so 9 fat quarters could get you a nice size throw. These happen to be all the same, but you know, you could use 9 different ones and then you have something else. Good morning, Donna. And who else am I missing here? And good morning, Sandy. Again, this is loops. This backing was also, oh no, this backing I bought. I bought this at a Hobby, believe it or not, Hobby Lobby. It was $2 a yard. I don't have a Hobby Lobby near me. We were on some adventure and I stopped in and they had it and I bought it. And guess what? It made a really nice back. So this quilt is the Fabric Kaffe Showstopper 2024. I made 2 versions. I made a tulip pink version, and then I made this version, which is like, it was Easter fabric and panel pieces, and I thought it'd make a super cute little baby quilt. And so here we are. Good morning, Maria. Good morning, Aisha. You're all coming in. You ready? Say it's still, Sassy is still sleeping. Honey's getting ready to get, aw, stroll. So look, so this is it. And it's so funny because having the 2 different quilts, the same pattern, but 2 different fabrics, totally different look. Totally different look. The loops and swirls are a little distracting now that I'm looking at this. So that's that one. And as you can see, here were some panel pieces right there. And then these were fabric pieces. Good morning, Lori. Do not have Joann's anymore. I know that I was reading about Hobby Lobby. Yeah, we don't have one. So I stop when I find one. Let's see. I might have shown you this. Oh yeah, I showed you this, but now here we'll look at it again. The little lovebirds. And then the back, this back was gifted to me, a 108 of this from Soft Squares. Honey's out there. I'm watching him. Should we go over there and put him on camera? He is doing his chicken chores. His chicken chores. Leanna, You're absolutely amazing me about the amount of beautiful quilts you crank out. Well, these have been around a while. When the last time I did a show and tell, if you remember, they were tops. And one of the things I wanted to do is get through quilting a lot of my tops. So some of this stuff is stuff that's been sitting. But I did make a couple. I made one this week and I liked. And finished up a couple. I don't know. Myra, I don't even know how I do it. I'm not even making excuses. I have no idea. I think I just tune everybody out. I go to my sewing room. It's my safe place. I tune everybody out and just do my thing in there. All right. So this was also a Fabric Cafe pattern testing pattern that I did. I can't remember what it's called, or I should write it down and clip it on there. So I don't know what it is, but I made it to make sure that the pattern was going to work. And so here it is. I may have it upside down. I'm not really sure. All this stuff is stashed that I had. Someone asked me about my stash. So how I have my stash. So of course, I've gotten lots of stuff from you all, but before that, I've been quilting for 30 years, so I had stash. But I didn't have much stash during COVID and used up almost every piece of fabric I had. And then what I started doing was going to yard sales and estate sales where they had sewers, and we bought one whole sewer. Well, I didn't. Honey bought me one sewer's quilt room, because we walked in there, and what it was is you walked in there and you picked out the fabric you wanted and you put it, and they were selling it by the pounds. And Honey saw that room. His eyes glazed over as I'm going one at a time and putting it over, and I'm going through the room, and then he goes and grabs the husband. He was there with his wife because they were selling it and moving somewhere else. And he said, "How much for the whole room? Because I'm not going to sit here all day while she goes through each and every piece of fabric." And those two made an understanding, and next thing I know, I had this sewer's room of fabric. I never even went through it. Some of it I didn't like, but I used it. Everything was used. So here's the back. I had a little bit of this left over, and so I put that. And it's okay, because look, when you fold over the quilt, right, it looks nice, right? So just be creative for your backs. I have to be creative. I don't have a lot of 108. I don't have a lot of yardage. I have a lot of pieces. I'm pretty sure all this came from that sewer stash. And so, yeah. And then, I get stuff at yard sales and thrift stores. And let's see. Here we are. You can see the quilting on here. I did like meander with big flowers. And that's how I quilted this. All right, now I have to go back because I see questions and I didn't, or doesn't it feel good to finish them? So satisfying. Yes, it does. Good morning, dear Ivana. Oh my God, the light went out just as I was threading the needle. Finally got it threaded. Now to find another bulb somewhere. Oh no. Let's make sure to press the thumbs up. Yes. And if not now, when I leave. Let's see. Viking 6690. Okay. She got rid of her stash because she was moving. I wouldn't be moving if I was me. No one is parting me with my fabric. Yes. So she had a she shed, a 2-floor she shed in Rhinebeck. And the downstairs was like her husband's area. So maybe it wasn't a she shed, but a they shed. And so downstairs he had his stuff, whatever his thing. There was like a big screen TV, a bar, I don't know, what do you call those? Recliners, and then woodworking stuff and fishing stuff. I don't know. And then you go upstairs and she had her whole quilting situation going on. But they were moving to another state. And so they were selling his stuff and her stuff. Good morning, Anita. So yeah, so this is done. This one's all quilted. Again, this one I believe was in a book. I think it was a one block wonder. I think it was the one block book. Let me see. I think it is. I think it's in the one block book. Pretty sure. All right, next up. This is also a Fabric Cafe sample that I tried before they launched it, and I don't remember what book this is in, but this is in one of the books. I can't keep up with those ladies. They're always pumping stuff out. So here's the back, the story of this fabric on the back of this. And look, I quilted it, if you could see, with hearts and meander. And the hearts were within every heart. I quilted multiple hearts. So the fabric story of this is these were part of that $1 big, it was $1 tablecloths, like catering style tablecloths. They never used it for the tablecloth reasons. This company would, the company in New England where I go to, this wholesaler, they go to shows and they make, these giant tablecloths for the show, and then they come home and they just stick it in a bin, and it's $1 of them. So I buy, when they have them, I buy them all up because they're great for backs. So that's where that came from. And then the fabric here that you see, this fabric here came from the same thing, a tablecloth. This fabric here, these two fabrics here came from the New England Quilt Museum in Lowell, because they have an area where you can buy big bags of fabric and it's just random. And so that came out of a mystery bag from there. My feed is blurry. Is it just me? I don't know. Am I moving it too much? Because I'm so excited to show you. Good morning, Colin. Focus of fabric is like 90%. Is it buffering? Oh no. It stopped. Okay now. Okay. Maybe I was just because I was too excited. So yeah, so that is this. Okay, maybe go slower. Now, these are the ones I'm excited. So I bought this Kaffe fabric so long ago at a local quilt shop called Bloom in Margaretville, New York. That's not a good spot. Here we go. And I loved it, and I bought 3 yards. It was on super clearance, and I didn't know what I was going to do with it. And then came along the Kaffe fabric that was gifted to me that I absolutely love. And because I said one day I'll have a Kaffe stash, one day, but I never had a Kaffe stash. Well, I got that little fat quarter bundle, that 24 pack, and it made me so happy, and I sold so much from it. So I love it. I just absolutely love it. And there is a seam. It is right here. And yes, it's not really matching, and I don't care because I wanted to use this on 2 quilts. So the Ginger Quilter box, if you recall, and this is just loops and variegated thread. So now I'm going to do that to show you how perfect this backing went with this. I mean, the colors are just perfect. And this isn't Kaffe. It just happens to be that these colors work beautiful with this. Okay, I don't know if it's going to be buffering or doing something crazy. And then, turned it over and used it for the binding. Babalota, hello. Isn't that, I mean, I do like this. Me Too was pixelated, back in focus. Love the color. I think I was just too happy and I was just doing way too much shaking. Would you consider doing some machine quilting vlogs? Not the piecing, but the quilting on a home sewing machine. I don't do that, Baba. I have a long arm. And so I'm not, you know who's very good at that is Lisa, the awkward quilter. She does that on her machine. There's a lot of other ones I'm probably forgetting, so please chime in. You probably know. I'm probably going to get rotten eggs thrown at me, but I'm not a fan of Kaffe, but your quilt really is beautiful. Well, he has his place. And so I probably don't have a lot of it because I really didn't know how to work with it. And I think now I'm understanding more of it. So I don't think that is a bad assumption. I think a lot of people have that same situation. My birthday is February 20th. Oh, but it'll be coming up soon. It happens when Leanna moves too fast. Yeah. I am getting my arm workout. Let me see also if maybe putting more light into this. I have that light in the back. Let's see. Okay, so this is one of the quilts that started the Kaffe madness, but I'm out of Kaffe, so I'm good right now. So it's the same thing, the back. What do I do with all the quilts? Well, a lot of them go to charity. A lot of them get passed forward, but I have to sell some now because it will help me out financially. So we're trying to figure that out, but a lot of them go to charity. Like just this week, I don't know, I probably was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, I think 12 went to charity just this week. And last week I had done 10 more for the retirement home and 2 others were mailed out. I'm trying to claim this quilts. Yes, I am. Gotta go. No problem, Giovanna. So then this is the quilt that I've gotten a lot of buzz about. Scrap quilts is considered to me a scrap from the main Kaffe quilt, which I haven't quilted yet. But I felt like this scrap quilt needed this back. So as you can see, I have a scrappy border, and I'm maybe going too fast. I don't know if it is buffering, but here it is. And this is what the front and the back look like together. Now, I gave you all homework to watch The Wizard of Oz this weekend. I never got to it, so my quilt ate my homework. My quilting ate my homework because I was way too busy to do that. Right now I have Floral States of America on my bed, but I'm about ready to change for this one. All right, let's see. Okay, I have some more. So you all know that Carmen's Quilt Shop sent me this fabric. And she must know that I just love this fabric and think it's super cute. So I used it for the back of this quilt. So this is the back of the quilt. And what I did was I used some fat quarters that Lynn from Soft Squares had given me during retreat, our retreat. And I used that on the side and in the center to make the back. And then this here is the front. So the first time she gave me this fabric, I did do something on a live or something. We did this together. And then that centerpiece I did on Sean's live, the guy who sews. We both worked on dump trucks. And I just did a basic meander on this. I'm sorry if things are buffering. I'm trying to go slow. How many do I keep for myself? I'm glad I didn't miss this live. Your quilt show is so much fun. Well, thank you. I mean, I would never pay quilt store prices for backs. Oh, I don't blame you. I actually went... I actually went to Home Goods and was looking at, Lisa, the Aqua Quilter, was talking about using 100% cotton sheets, and I thought, oh, I'm going to try that out. I did do it when I first quilted. I couldn't afford a lot, and my kids' original quilts all have sheets as backings, but I used to tie my quilts back then. So I've never long-armed with, oh no, that's not true. I did. I long-armed last year. A friend of mine's mom had passed away, and she had her sets, she had her bed sets of sheets, right? Her sheet sets that she loved that her mom had. And so what we did was, what did we do? I think I just quilted it with batting. I think she just wanted batting. Oh, her mom had some quilt tops. That's right. Her mom had some quilt tops that hadn't been done. So we took her mom's bed sheets and the quilt top. And I never took pictures of those. And I quilted them for her so that she had quilts from her mom. Let's see. Love it, especially the border. I don't know. I don't necessarily have a lot. I only have maybe about this much in my closet of them. My honey wants to get an actual quilt chest at the end of our bed so I can actually have more in our room. You have a name section on her. I do? I didn't know that, Linda. You have a name section on her Carmen's Quilt Shop. That's hysterical. I had no clue. Oh, that is funny. I am going to definitely have to look at that. A Incognito, good morning. I've long armed with sheet backings that come out just fine. The dump truck is super cute as long as the bucks aren't too busy and distracted from the front. Oh, the backs, yes. Oh, I have to go on her website. You know, I'm on her website all the time, but just to copy and paste so that you all know where to go, and that's funny. Okay, so this is also a fabric Kaffe, but I think this one is called Tempo, and I think maybe it's in double focus. So again, this was one of my sample quilts that I made, and so I don't know if you all remember, but in the late 90s and early 2000s, Asian prints was like the rave. Every shop had them. Everybody, it was like a big thing. And I was collecting and collecting, and I have a huge amount that I absolutely love. And I had decided I'm going to make a 3-yard quilt with it, and so I loved it. Here we are. Also in that lady's quilt room that my honey bought, she must have loved them too, because she had, like, I only had little pieces. This lady had yardage, like yardage of these Asian prints. So it was great because then I was able to use them. Oh, sorry. That probably just went blurry. So these are all Asian prints. This is like water. Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? And then this is like a little floral. And then, of course, the koi fish with the beautiful flowers. And in the back, I took what was left of the koi fish fabric. I put that to one side, on this side, and then I had some of this fabric left and used that for that side. And then if you notice in the back, you see how we have all these swirls? Well, I did the same thing with gold thread. Can you see that? I did like a swirling motion. I tried to mimic the swirling. Oh, well, that's good. Isabel got a 90 on her exam. Congratulations. Yes, our high quality fabrics. Yes, and it's great and it feels great. So I loved it too. So again, some of this stash, it's mine now, but it wasn't mine to begin with. And here we are. We have my label. Wild West, PMQ. It is. I love that fabric. So here we are. We've seen this before. But this is my cotton cuts. And it is also meandered with loops. This is the back. And this is the back and also the optional borders. So that one is done. Wild West from Cotton Cuts. Now I do have to put these away because I have to make room for new quilts that I want to long arm this week. We have more. So I think we've seen these, but I'll show them again. This was the little wall thing that we did. And these are the little projects that when I had a space on my long arm, I just put them right on there. Because I try to use everything I possibly can. Again, these are from scraps. They're like little placemats, hot pot, I don't know, whatever you want to use them. A little decoration. These I might have to put these and do a show just kind of selling my little stuff that I can mail. Oh, and then we have the Crazy Wild Cats again. That was from scraps. Gotta go, getting ready for doctor's appointment. Oh, not a problem. You have a wonderful day. All right. And one of my last big ones here is, this here is the Fabric Hut, that mountain kit quilt. Remember, this is a pre-cut quilt by Fabric Hut, and then they even pre-cut the back. I didn't realize that, and all I had to do was just sew the two pieces together. And it was called Wild Reflections. So if you are interested in doing this, if you go to the Wild Reflections video I did, in there is a link to my affiliate code for that. But this is Wild Reflections. And let's see. Let me go grab. Oh, I want to show you, for some of you have not seen this. April from April's Crafts Room, Di from Sister Chicks, myself, and Lynn from Soft Squares did a panel challenge. And I don't know if you remember. I just like showing this quilt. This is what my mine ended up looking like. I love this. This is in my, this is mine. This I keep right here. We use that all the time. Was donating placemats for nursing homes. I'm hoping to do that this year, but I have to find somewhere. We normally do Meals on Wheels. All right, I'm gonna grab my couple of other things. So I launched a video called Dino Rocks, I think, yesterday. So if you haven't seen it, go watch it. It's not that bad. Maybe you could put me on your background music and do something else, help that video out. But here is the completed quilt top, ready to be quilted. But it came out super cute. And I cannot do the quillo part of this until this is quilted. So I am going to do the quillo part. Just give me a second. Luke, where are you? Where did you say you were? Oh, cool. See how much you got in there? Sorry, I had to discuss business with Butters. Leanna, I've seen where YouTube channels have a shopping option for items shipping directly from you. Maybe Joe and Mona could help answer some questions. Oh, that would be great. So I have this Dino, and we're going to make it into a quillo. So I have all the scraps in the bag, and what you need to do is make a pillow front and back. And so we're going to take those scraps, but I have to first actually find a backing for this. I don't have a backing for this yet. So I have to figure out a backing. Once I figure out a backing, we'll take the scraps and make a pillow front. Okay, Vanilla, we get it. Make a pillow front, and then we will do a quillo. If Leanna finds a place to donate mats, I will send her some. So, yes. So that's That's where this is. This is a work in progress. The other thing is this. We worked on this. So there was some batting in here and this kind of like thick canvas style fabric that I've had forever. And this goes to the top of one of my Singer chair stools from my antique. And look at that. I don't know if you could see that. This here is an actual stamp. It's so cool. The stamp says, State of New York Department of Labor 1 cent inspection stamp, Division of Bedding. It's like all so serious. So I glued it down because it was starting to come off because I thought it was super cool. So for a year since I've gotten this, I've been wanting to do this. And Honey keeps saying he doesn't know where the staple gun is. Every time I bring it up, it's just he just doesn't want to get it for me because he's lazy. He doesn't know where it is or whatever his thing was. So the story is that I got to cover all my stools. So yesterday, I have a story for you, but I'm going to look. Oh my gosh, Leanna, the dinosaur quilt is wonderful. Folding towels while watching your gorgeous quilts of work reminds me I need to get to order new labels for my son. Oh, I need them too. Don't remove it. They'll hunt you down and throw you in jail. I know, it does say that, but I just love it. I just love it. So I glued that down. So the story is, I came home from a baby shower. He wasn't home yet. And he comes in and he says, I got a gift from you. And I should have taken a picture of this because nobody's going to believe me. I'm going to take a picture of the chair, but nobody's going to believe me what that chair looked like prior to that chair, what it looks like now. And he comes in with this ratty, I can't even use the word I was going to use, ASS chair. I mean, it was ratty as heck. It looked like it had gone through a war. The chair seat was, first of all, it looked like it had upholstery from the Little House on the Prairie, you know, when they did those episodes where it was rich people in Little House on the Prairie and they had these beautiful, that's probably where this chair came from, like the 1800s is my guess. And it looked like it. And there's like stuffing coming out of the side because where it kind of wore off on the upholstery. And this thing looked ashy. Like this wood was ashy, like the heels of my feet yesterday when I sat down and noticed and said, OMG, I'm going to have to do something about that. I mean, the wood was ashy, like almost looked like, I don't know what it looked like. And then it had Band-Aids all over this chair. And I'm not joking. Someone took Band-Aids and put it around like where like the seat thing is, where the handle is. And it's a wooden chair. And he goes, it's a sturdy chair. And I'm like, really? With Band-Aids holding it together? And the stuffing. I said, that probably thing is full of bed bugs. And God knows what else. Take that out of the house, please. I was beside myself yesterday that he was bringing this in the house and thinking that this would be great for me. Oh my gosh. What is this? Your live stream or chat has violated guidelines that will shut down. A strike has been placed on your channel. What? Further continuation of streaming may lead to a person. What is this all about? I hope not. Well, I'm going to keep going because some of these things could be spam. Maybe it was because I spelled something. I don't know. Anyway, it was beside myself of the how horrendous this thing looked. So I go upstairs and I don't know, I come back downstairs and I'm smelling orange, like heavy, heavy orange. Band-Aids on the chair. Yeah, Band-Aids, big ones, like trying to keep the hand part to the back. And so I'm smelling orange. I come in. I was like, what is that orange smell? I mean, it's really strong. He goes, oh, it's orange oil. I brought the chair back to life. It's not ashy anymore and whitish. It's beautiful. And I looked at that, and that chair was like like the wood grain and everything about that chair was glowing. I was like, wow. And he had taken off the Band-Aids. And I was like, wow. I was like, but look at that chair. Look at the stuffing and everything. That's just cosmetic. We could take care of that, Leah. He goes, maybe you could make a nice little quilted thing and make a quilt, and we'll use the quilt as the cover for the chair. And I got thinking, oh, well, actually, that's not a bad idea, right? Oh, don't pay attention to that. Channel was just made in January. Okay, well, we're going to, I guess I'm going to come in here and hide user from this. There you go. April, I mean. Okay. So anyway, so needless to say, I will say when he took off the Band-Aids and he polished up that wood, I was like, that actually looks nice. And I said, but don't you need the Band-Aids to hold the chair together? He goes, yeah, I don't know what those people were doing because the Band-Aids weren't doing anything. I mean, maybe they thought it was doing something. He says, all you had to do was take a screwdriver and just kind of tighten everything up, the legs and everything. And he says, I just tightened it. And then I put wood glue before I tightened everything. And when I like moved the chair, no, the chair was tight. So I don't know what those people were doing, but the Band-Aids were off. The wood was beautiful. And so I went up into my sewing room and I got thinking, I probably have some top that I could quickly like long arm, and then we could use that as the seat cover, because now I was getting excited. But I doused the chair quilt, like the thing, he took it off of it, and I doused it in Lysol. I sprayed it, and he goes, well, you're soaking the chair in Lysol. I go, yeah, it needs disinfection. Maybe it'll kill whatever bugs, if there's any bugs living in there. And he just looked at me like I was crazy. He goes, Leanna, this came from a really good house. This was 2 doors down from my sister. I know these people. They don't have a bed bug encrusted house. I said, it don't matter that they don't have one. I don't want anything dead in there. So he took it outside and put it in the sun, so to let it dry, because I had soaked the thing with Lysol. And then he came back with his staple gun, and I was like, oh, the staple gun is out. This is like a whole year in the making. I needed the staple gun. So I started, he goes, what are you doing? I go, forget the chair, it's drying. I need this other stuff staple gunned. So we had that, and yes. So I found fabric. I had fabric that I had bought, I don't know, years ago in Hudson by the pound from an upholstery shop. Or like they made upholstery, like duvet covers for, I don't know what they did, but they had upholstery canvas style fabric, and I bought it by the pound, stuff that I liked. And so look, I finally got it, and it's going on top of my sewing chair. It's so beautiful. If you could see, it was ugly. It was this like plastic greenish stuff. And it was like embossed crocodile skin type. I don't know, but over the years it didn't fare well. So it was quite ugly, and now I have a pretty top on here. So while he had the staple gun out, did you hang? No, he did not do that for me. I asked him, he does the same thing to you, Deb? Yes. So when things happen, when I ask him to do something and he says, no, 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 and when something comes out, oh, believe me, I got a mind like an elephant. I will go and hunt all that stuff down over the year that I've asked you to do, and to do it right then and now, because it's out. Because it may not come back out for a whole nother year. So yeah, so this is one. I'm going to show you another one. And you know what? Should we go on field trip? Do you want to see the chair? It's downstairs in the kitchen. It turned out beautiful. I told him I was right. I was wrong, and you were right. I'm saying it. I was wrong. You were right. I told him over and over that I was wrong, and he was right. The chair was amazing. Now I will. Okay, we're going on field trip. Don't mind my house. Yes, so I was totally wrong in this. Oh, you know, while I'm here, I'm going to show you some other things. So this is my desk from work. And so it's my personal desk, so it has to come out. and come home with me for the summer. And so now this is a sewing station now for my featherweight, one of my featherweights. And then look at this. I have to show you this. So my son brought me this bottom. It had no top, just this bottom. And my honey, 2 weeks ago, because he loves to pick stuff off the side of the road, brought this home with a bottom chest because he thought that was going to look fabulous in our bedroom to put quilts in. But the bottom was really, really, it was not pretty. I was like, there was no coming back from that. So, but what he did do was keep this top. And so when I went to the shed for something, I saw the top and I said, honey, I think this top, and I think I'm going to paint it, but he actually thinks I shouldn't paint it because he says it looks vintage like the bottom. It fits perfectly. Look at this underneath. See that? That's one of the ridges. And look on the other side too. So that actually fit perfectly on here. I mean, it was like it was made for it. And so, yes. So good morning, Joy. So this is the featherweight. This model actually is this was the first singer that came off the, well, not the first one, but it was off the first year of that. And here's Prince. Oh, I had to. So Prince has somewhat purple cover. So we have that. Then we have my table here with the Kaffe hobby that you've seen. Oh, this here, that's a Christmas in July thing that we're going to do together this week. I'm getting prepped for it. This is using selvages. This is a bit of a mess. This has Josefina's in that bag. My honey found that in the trash. And we were trying to bring it back to life, and it wasn't, that's a no-go. That he found, brought it back to life, but we can't get the feed dogs down if someone wants to do any kind of free motion quilting on it. Good morning, Johnny, ¿cómo estás? And I think I can't find a more modern sewing machine for this little girl. So I think I'm going to have her mom come over this week and see if she wants that, because I'll give her that. We paid $15 for that at a yard sale. I mean, at a thrift store, or he did, I should say. That's batting. More batting I bought because I'm almost out. That's my mess. And then that's where we sew here. Hola, Emery. Okay, we're going to go on field trip, but I do love this. So here we are. You've seen some things. All right. Oh, you know what? I don't know. Have you seen this? The little birdies? I think these are the Riley Blake birdies. It's been a while. It's been a while since I've done that. Okay. Let's go downstairs. Oh, I should show you this little thing. I've been working. I'm supposed to relax, but you know, I gotta always do something. So a teacher retired this last week, right? Last Friday. And she was emptying out and she gave me some of her plants. She wanted me to have these plants. So yes, so there we go. That one that's up there, that's one of her plants from school. And then that's another. And what she used to do, oh, and then here's another one here, there. Those are babies. I have to put them in. What she did is she had these in her room for her whole career. And what she did was, in these two, when it was Mother's Day or Father's Day or whatever, what she would do is she would reroot these all and propagate them and then have all the kiddos, you know, make plants. House plants to take home with them for their parent. She did that every year. And those are the original plants she did that with. So she gave me that. And then I got this as a present. Isn't that cute? All right. Oh, I gotta show you one other thing. Here we go. So this is my attempt of, I did one of those sip and wine or wine and sip, or, oh no, sip and paint. I just know wine was involved. So that was my sip and paint. And that was one that I did with my daughter. And then the best thing we ever had, my third grade teacher propagated a succulent and gave it to all of us kids. I still have the plant. So this was used quite a bit. And you see, nobody is in timeout. Who should we put in timeout? I think we should put mommy in timeout. That would be me, because I need to relax. So we're going to put me in timeout, so that forces me to relax. But I bought this, oh my gosh, at an amusement park. It was a Christmas themed amusement park in Lake George. It no longer exists. But I just love that. Oh, here we go. I'll show you some other things. Here we are. This is here. Now I'm giving you a tour. This is here. This is my dad, and that's us. That's my dad. And this one here is me. And this was my son, Butter's, 6th grade graduation. And this is my dad. And when he passed away, this was his thing. And so this stays here in the entryway. You have a wonderful day. So that's one of his things. That was when he was in the Air Force. He was also in the Army as well. He had he had careers in the military. And so he started off with the Air Force and then went into the Army. And that's a mess behind me. So then we have my rainbow quilt for this month. And this was a Pat Sloan thing that she did for March. All right. Oh, I'm going to show you this. I was just gifted this. There we are. So this was just painted, actually, or pastels. I don't know. It's artists who came to my house, and they brought me this as a house gift. And they painted this, and so this is. I asked about the inspiration of the little boy, and she didn't know. She said it was a picture she had seen. She takes pictures and then produces these portraits. And so I don't know anything about the boy. But the boy, where are we? Oh, but the boy inspired her to paint that, and then she was inspired to give it to me. So I found the spot. Thank you. All right, you ready for the chair? Here we are. There's the chair. I so wish I would have taken a picture of this chair beforehand, because it was a hot mess. It really was a hot mess. Let me see. We're in my kitchen right now. It's a hot mess. But it's beautiful now, right? I'm telling you, there was holes here and there and over there. And we did this last night. Look at the furniture. Look at that. Look at how that shines. That literally was white. It was white, ashy white. It was no joke. So yeah, and I do love that chair. It does. I love it. See, it's kind of dark in here, but here, because people give me rooster stuff all the time. So now I have a rooster shrine area. All this was given to me, and my honey doesn't help because he bought that clock just recently at the thrift store. And then we have. And then we did also, as a family for my birthday, we did sip and paint again. wine was introduced to that. And I think you all came to that. We did this in my kitchen, the paint and sip. So, yes. And then someone else, this is an artist here in Woodstock, had painted that for me for my kitchen. They came here for, I don't even remember what it was. They came for dinner or something, and they gifted that to me. And then we have this rooster. I mean, you know, you got to put your kids' artwork up there. That's my grown kids' artwork. I'm showing you my grown kids' artwork. So here, I'm going to come over here. No judgment. And so here's more kiddo artwork. So my kids gave me these for a long, I need to throw stuff out, like really, like dollar store gifts from way back. And I still have them. More chickens. Someone just gave me that at school, a student. Someone just made me this and gave me this at school. That was nice. There's my daughter's chickens, and here's more chicken art. And then my curtains. So with that said, you saw a little part of me and my chairs and everyone. Everyone should have a rooster truck. Yeah, I just don't know what to do with all those things. They keep giving them to me, and that's where it is. And for years, I have been wanting a little plant area, so I was excited to get plants. I hope I don't kill them because I am not very good with house plants. So everyone, though, it's been fun, but I've put myself in timeout. I'm gonna go relax, put up my feet. Everyone have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself and pass it forward. If you don't mind, yeah, inside plants, I do the same thing. If you don't mind on your way out giving me the thumbs up, I would appreciate it. And I will see you tomorrow, July 1st. So guess what? Christmas in July starts tomorrow. See you soon. Bye.